Today's topic, how to find a boyfriend. Today I want to show you how you can find a boyfriend, and no, not just any boyfriend. You don't want to date a complete loser. You don't want to end up in an abusive relationship just because you say to yourself, I need a boyfriend. And this actually brings me to the first point that is so important and that I want to share with you right now. And that's to ask yourself if you need a boyfriend or if you want a boyfriend. There's a big difference between wanting a boyfriend because you are happy with your life, you are happy with yourself, you love your life, and you are just a happy person, but you want to be happier in a relationship, you want to support your boyfriend, you want to receive support from him, and you want to experience love. In this case, more power to you. You are ready to find a boyfriend, and I want to show you how to do it. But what if you need a boyfriend? What if you're unhappy with your life? What if you're unhappy with yourself? What if you don't love yourself? What if you feel lonely? If you go out with this energy, you will only attract the vibrational equivalent. And then your boyfriend will be needy, your boyfriend will be insecure, and your boyfriend won't love himself. And this is a deadly combination for a very dramatic and toxic relationship. So before you even think about how you can find a boyfriend, think about how you can find yourself. And I know that sounds cheesy, I know that's something that you don't want to hear, but it's so important. One of the most important lessons that I learned in my life and that I also experienced with my amazing coaching clients is that you always attract who you are. You attract the equivalent of what you think about yourself, what you think about your life, how you feel about yourself, how you feel about your life. And if you are coming from a place of neediness and you need a boyfriend to fulfill you, you need a boyfriend so that you can finally be happy, this will backfire. No man has the power to make you happy when you are not happy with yourself. And then find out what man deserves a place in your heart. What qualities does this man have? What values does this man have? What does he believe in? What kind of relationship do you want to create with your future boyfriend? And so many of my Skype coaching clients fall into the physical appearance trap. And this is true for men and for women. Both men and women fall into this trap, that we believe that we want a partner who's hot. We want a partner who's really, really attractive. We want a partner who we can walk around with in the city, and then all the other people will look at us with envy in their eyes. But what if I told you that in a relationship, physical attractiveness is not even that important? Yes, of course, you should be attracted to him. But if you constantly focus on finding a man who has to be exactly 6 feet tall, and then you meet a man who's perfect for you, but he's a few centimeters too short, and then you don't go on a date with this guy, but you fall into the trap of physical appearance, and you then go on a date with a guy who's 6'1" or 6'2", and who's a complete jerk and who makes you unhappy. Yes, physical attraction is important, but if you're too focused on physical attraction, then you miss out on so many incredible men who have the potential to be incredible boyfriends. And to be honest, I would tell men the exact same thing. If a guy would ask me, how do I find a girlfriend? And he then shows me a list of she has to be bleach blonde hair and this kind of breast size and this kind of body shape or whatever it might be, I would tell him the same thing. Don't just focus on physical appearance. Focus on the qualities that this person has. And if you find a man who has the perfect qualities, the perfect values, who's compatible with you, then in the end, I promise you, and I know that from so many of my Skype coaching clients, I promise you that the fact that he's 2 or 3 centimeters shorter won't matter at all. And if you also want to work with me in a Skype coaching session and you want me to help you to attract the right man, to get the right man, and to keep the right man, then you can click on the second link in the description and find out more about Skype coaching with me. And then look for him in places where men want a long-term relationship. Delete Tinder right now. If you want to have a boyfriend, if you want to have a serious monogamous relationship, Tinder is the worst place on earth where you could find such a man. Most men who sign up on Tinder do it because they are looking for hookups. It's just a fact. Tinder is not a dating site. Tinder is not a dating app. It has never been designed for that. Tinder is a hookup app, and so many of my Skype coaching clients had one disappointing Tinder date after another. And they asked me, Sebastian, I can't find the right guy. I can't find a man who wants a monogamous relationship. If you are looking for a monogamous man on Tinder, that's as if you would walk into a vegetarian restaurant and you then complain that steak is not on the menu. Look for men in places where men are who want a monogamous relationship. You can, for example, look for these men on real online dating sites where men are who want a relationship. Or you can ask your friends, you can go to meetups, you can socialize, you can go to single events, you can do so many things. But please be careful with Tinder. And leave your headphones at home and look up. Sometimes it's enough to just look up and to no longer stare at your smartphone. We in this modern age are so addicted to our smartphone, we are glued to our smartphone, that we miss so many opportunities. Just think about it. While you are listening to music with your headphones in, staring at your smartphone or looking to the ground, you walk past so many amazing men. Now just imagine what could potentially happen if you hold eye contact with one of these men, if you smile at one of these men, if you flirt with one of these men from a distance. Then the man of your dreams might approach you. And when this happens, then you want to have the ability to make this man, the man who's perfect for you, the man who you want to have as your boyfriend, devoted to you. Because when he's devoted to you, then he won't even look at other women. He will only have eyes for you. And if you want to find out how you can make any man you want devoted to you, then you can click on the first link in the description and watch this video till the very end, because in this video you discover the devotion sequence and how you can use it with the man who you hold eye contact with while you take a walk in the city. And then follow the 2-date rule. And now you might be thinking, the 2-date rule? I just know the 3-date rule. You know this rule that says that you shouldn't sleep with a guy until the 3rd date, which is also something that I don't really believe in. I don't really believe in rules, but I believe in the 2-date rule, even though I would say that you can be intimate with a guy whenever it feels right for you, no matter if it's the 1st date or if it's the 9th date, doesn't matter. But the 2-date rule is so important. Because a lot of my coaching clients made the mistake, and they actually regretted it afterwards, to not give a guy a second chance. What often happens is that they go on dates with guys who have so much potential, but because they are nervous and the guy is nervous and there's this awkward atmosphere, both are a little bit shy, then the 1st date is awkward and it's not as exciting as they thought it would be. And then they don't give this guy a second chance. But if they would have only given this guy a second chance, they would have experienced a completely different guy. Because if the man that you are on a date with is really shy and maybe a little bit awkward in the beginning, and he then trusts you and he then feels comfortable with you, on the 2nd date, he might be a completely different person and he might be the perfect guy for you. So always give him a second chance. That's something that I tell each and every one of my Skype coaching clients. And if then after the 2nd date you still have the feeling, this guy's not really my cup of tea, then of course you shouldn't meet him a 3rd time. But my recommendation is to always give him a second chance, because you might end up being very surprised, and I mean positively surprised. And then turn into yes woman. And no, I don't mean that you should agree with everything that he says. I mean that you should be more like Jim Carrey. One of my most favorite movies is Yes Man with Jim Carrey. And in this movie, Jim Carrey plays somebody who's really unhappy with his life. He doesn't have a girlfriend, he doesn't find love, he just has a very boring existence. And then he has to say yes to everything. And then he finds love and happiness. And I know that's an oversimplified idea, but I love this movie so much because this concept can be very helpful for you to find a boyfriend. How often do we say no when friends invite us to a party or when friends invite us to a bar? We always say, I'm tired today. No, I don't have time. Yeah, I'm gonna watch TV. But every time you do that, you miss out on so many opportunities to meet your future boyfriend. He could be in the bar that your friend wants to take you on a Saturday night when you say, I'm a little bit tired. Go out, go to single events, say yes to your friends, say yes to life. Turn into yes woman and be a little bit like Jim Carrey in this movie. And don't be afraid to tell your friends that you are looking for a boyfriend. There's nothing bad about it. Often when it comes to blind dates, when for example one of your friends says, hey, I know somebody who could be perfect for you, this always has a bad reputation. But it doesn't have to be like that. A lot of couples who I know met like that. One of them said to their friends, hey, I'm single for a while, I would love to go out with a great guy. And then her friend knew somebody whose brother is single and who's perfect. And then boom, it was a match. And if I remember it correctly, that's also how Sir Paul McCartney met his wife. And contact your future boyfriend on Instagram or Facebook. If you see a guy who looks really interesting on Instagram or on Facebook, then slide into his DMs. Don't worry, it doesn't have to be weird and oh my god, somebody's sliding into DMs. That's often just like blind dates, seen as something that's weird, but it's not weird. It's just another way of contacting somebody. It's another opportunity to meet the right man. So if you see somebody, why not do it? You have nothing to lose. And especially if you use the secrets that you discover if you click on the link in the description and you watch this video till the very end, then you will have success and you will make this man devoted to you, no matter if you meet him through friends or if you slide into his DMs. And you can also find the right subreddit. And I admit it, this is a very alternative and maybe even weird idea to meet your future boyfriend. But more and more people nowadays meet on Reddit. And there's a Reddit for everything. For example, I do not want to have children, and there is a subreddit for child-free people and also for child-free people who are looking for child-free people. Just as an example, you can meet so many people in so many subreddits. Just think about what interests you. Maybe you are into spirituality. There are a lot of spiritual subreddits. There are a lot of attraction subreddits. There are so many subreddits where you can start conversations with other users. Maybe you just look at a profile and you think, that guy looks cute. He uploaded a picture of himself. That guy made a very thoughtful comment. We have the same interests. Why not just talk to him? And the last point I want to share with you, another great idea, or maybe even the best idea to find a boyfriend, is to find an altruistic and empathic boyfriend during your next volunteer adventure. Volunteering is a great way to help other people, to grow spiritually and emotionally, and to also meet the right guy. Because if you want to have a relationship with a guy who's empathic, who's supportive, who's maybe even altruistic, that's a great way to meet such a guy. And if you then use the devotion sequence on him that you discover if you click on the link in the description and watch this video till the very end, then you will have a wonderful first date and a wonderful relationship. And if you enjoyed watching this video, if you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up and leave a comment in the comment section below. Share your opinion, share your thoughts. I would love to hear from you. And I would love it even more if you would hit the subscribe button and smash that notification bell so that you get notified whenever I release a new video for you. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video.